Hello everyone. I am here to do a energy update for you and your divine masculine. We're just going to take a look at your divine masculine's energy, see what's going on with them, see if we can get some insight into what's happening in their life. They may or may not be a part of your life right now. You may be in a runner chaser phase. You might be going through the dark night of the soul. They could be in another relationship. You might be, completely ghosted at this point. I went through that and it's difficult. I remember how stressful and upsetting that entire period of time was for me. It wasn't a day-to-day thing. It was literally a moment-to-moment thing that I was just trying to get through. And it lasted for months and months. My dark night of the soul was probably around pretty heavy 4 to 6 months. And it probably really took about almost 2 years for it to completely be gone. So yes, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, you guys. You will not be in the dark night of the soul forever, I promise you. And it is a transformative process that at some point in time, you will actually come to appreciate. I promise. That's also hard to believe in the moment, I know. So this first card is the purpose of the relationship with you and your divine masculine. And for this, we have a Page of Wands. So you and your divine masculine have something to learn from each other toward what I would call a life path or a mission. Now, there's misconceptions out there about that. You go through a spiritual awakening, and of course it leads you to something, and that path illuminates along the way. A lot of people think that, being with their divine masculine is important and critical in a romantic relationship because otherwise they will not be able to do whatever it is that they were meant to do together. And I would challenge you on that perspective. And the reason why is how you and your divine masculine come together and the way that it plays out is all divinely orchestrated. And it is not going to follow the rules and expectations of, a 3D worldly perspective on romantic relationships. An exchange of information, a path of enlightenment, a growth period, all of this is part of that mission that you're already on with your divine masculine. It is not something that is required for you guys to be like joined at the hip and in a blissful experience with each other. Okay, that's not how twin flame relationships work. There are periods of hardship, there are periods of separation. All of that is part of the mission. It's changing your mindset and recognizing that you and your divine masculine are exactly where you're meant to be in every moment that you're in, because the universe gives us what we need in order to lead us and guide us toward what it is that we actually truly want as souls, like what we actually came here for. So you're already on that mission with your divine masculine. It's just that now it's becoming something that you're consciously aware of, and you are being guided through it, through learning to tap into your intuition and follow the synchronicities and put God and source first above all things, even above your relationship with your twin flame. And until we can learn to do that, we oftentimes experience our twin flame as what we perceive as running from us. So it's about tuning into the higher self and your connection to source. That's the main mission of the twin flames in every single twin flame relationship. That is the main mission. Block in the relationship. What are the blocks that you and your divine masculine are facing together? For this, we have Knight of Swords in reverse. There may have been some serious trauma that the two of you have experienced in your lives prior to meeting. It could be family trauma. It could be trauma from prior relationships. It could be, there's a lot of ways that this could have manifested for either one of you. And you'll just have to take a look at your own situation And you may or may not know what the trauma is that your divine masculine has experienced. Sometimes we don't know what that is. We sense it, but we don't know what it is. Maybe they haven't felt comfortable even sharing it. Maybe they're not even comfortable looking at it themselves. So there is some trauma, though, some pretty serious stuff that the two of you have gone through that have left, some scars or wounds that need to be transmuted, alchemized, learned from, overcome. Oops, I just dropped some cards here. All right, let me pick these up. Sorry about the delay. All right, so this next card is guidance for this relationship. Guidance. All right, let's take a look. Ooh, these cards are difficult today. All right, for this we have Queen of Swords. All right, so guidance is being self-sufficient, really practicing total authenticity and honesty. Let your throat chakra open. Be who you are, okay, wherever you're at. Don't be afraid to put your foot in your mouth, because sometimes that's how we learn and grow. Okay, it's okay to find out that we are not correct about things, or that our perspective has been limited. Perceptions are limited. Okay, sometimes we don't see the big picture. And it's only after we speak our mind and our truth that we are given new information in order to be able to see the bigger picture. So it is okay to say, you know what, I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't know this from these other angles. I didn't have the bigger picture. And now I see it more clearly. And it is okay to allow other people the space to figure those things out on their own as well. It is not always up to us to make sure that they figure it out, but we do need to speak our truth. Oftentimes with our divine masculine, we are afraid to say how we feel. We're afraid to make them mad. We're afraid to make the wrong move. We're afraid to let them see us without our hair being done and our clothes being perfect. We're afraid of their judgment because we don't want them to run from us. So we are not our authentic self. And trusting the process, trusting the journey, knowing who you are, and putting yourself and your connection to source first is the most important thing. Believing in yourself, okay, knowing that you have value and worth is extraordinarily important. All right, so this last card here is, what is the probable outcome based upon current circumstances? Now, it's important to understand that you are the creator, okay? Changing your perception changes your connection to the field outside of you, and that changes how the world and the universe shows up for you. You are meant to recognize that you are not the mirror, but you are the source of the reflection in the mirror, okay? You're not the reflection. The world outside of you, everything outside of you, including your mind and your body, are part of the reflection. You are the source. You want to change the reflection, you have to change the source of the reflection. If you're trying to manipulate the mirror or the reflection, you're just doing it, in vain. All right, this last card. This is just a potential, okay? This is not set in stone. It's just current energy, which you can change in the present moment when you learn to become present and direct and focus your intention and your energy toward the higher will, not the ego's will, not the mind's, programming, but instead a higher source. Let that will be done. That's having faith and trusting. So for this, we have 8 of Pentacles. Mastering your craft and enjoying your area of what it is that you have been called to do in life. Okay, this is where this is ultimately guiding you and your divine masculine. Now, being open-minded and not having expectations that are again grounded in ego or mental projections of patterns and programming. That's why this transformation takes time. It is a process because you are learning to go within. Okay, and so when you do that, it becomes easier to allow that higher source to guide the ship. But in the earlier parts of your journey and prior to your awakening and meeting your twin flame, you felt like you needed to drive the ship. Like you felt like the lower part, I should say, felt like it needed to, which is the ego and the mental aspects. That's what you identified with. And your sixth sense, your fifth element, is waking up. Your soul, your spirit. That's the truth of who you really truly are. And that's where you and your divine masculine are one. That's where this journey is guiding you constantly, is back to the source. It's the purpose of why everything happens the way that it does. And on the clock today, I've seen 4:44 and 11:11. I've not been like staring at it, but both times I've glanced over, I've seen those on the clock. So that's interesting. I don't typically even, I think this might be the first time I've ever even said that in one of these readings before. So 4:44 and 11:11 showed up today for you guys. All right. So trusting the journey, you guys, allowing the process to take place, knowing that you and your divine masculine are one at the core, and that's what this journey is leading you back to, is the center, the center, the center, the bullseye, okay? The heart is your center in your toroidal field, masculine and feminine energy, okay? The yin, the yang, the eternity, okay? I'm going to get you guys an oracle card. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate your support on the channel so that we can reach as many people as possible and grow the channel. We can't do it without you guys. You guys have been amazing and wonderful. If you're new, please subscribe. If you want, you can hit the notification bell to get more notifications for our readings and for our content. Also, if you're interested in a one-on-one with myself, Cam, or Brent, we are all available with our calendars. You can go to the-conduits or the description box below to get links for that and look at the calendars and set up a time. We would love the opportunity to connect with you through a one-on-one. We also have personal tarot readings. If you're interested in a personal tarot reading, I would love to give you one. We have several different options for those personal tarot readings. 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, and then also a live tarot reading slash kind of like one-on-one. So those are some options. And then we also have group memberships where you get to connect with other, you get to connect with all of the coaches, myself and others, several times a week. And, we can answer any questions. We go over all kinds of things. We explain a lot of things. And it's a wonderful opportunity to connect and get your questions answered. So your oracle card today is the Mouse and the Buttercup. 0, innocence. Ooh, interesting. All right, and let's get you your numerology number today. For this, we have 44. Gosh, look, we've got lots of 4s today. We have 4:44 show up on the clock. We had 11 show up on the clock, or 11:11 show up on the clock. And now we have 44 in your numerology number, which can also, of course, be 8 if you add that together. So let me find this really quick. Hold on. This is the first card in the deck. Like the Fool in a tarot deck, the Mouse and Buttercup is numbered 0. Both cards mark the start of a journey, and both remind us that we have much to learn, Mice are grounded and innocent, yet anyone who has dealt with a mouse in their house knows they are determined and highly adaptable. The mouse is paired with the humble buttercup, a symbol of childhood innocence. Have you ever held a buttercup under your chin? According to a centuries-old children's game, if the reflection of the flower glows yellow on your skin, it reveals that you like butter. You may be embarking on a journey or starting down a new path. Remember that innocence and a lack of understanding are not negative qualities. Instead, they remind us of our capacity for growth, adaptability, and learning. If you feel unprepared for what you undertake, consider how you might adapt and learn better. Lay the groundwork for future endeavors. All right, so I think for you and your divine masculine, there's different messages with this card. Trusting the journey, I think, is kind of what is directed to both of you. Allowing your divine masculine to be exactly where they're at and knowing that it's happening for a reason. And also doing the same for yourself, giving yourself that forgiveness and allowance to be where you're at, and then just trusting that what is needed to be revealed to you will be revealed to you in the divine timing as it's meant to, and the same for your divine masculine. Two paths, one destination. Two bodies, one soul. Okay? You guys are connected at the level of the soul. You're never in separation, even though it may feel that way in a world that has the illusion of separation. Okay, so trusting the journey and knowing that it's bringing the two of you back together at the root, at the source. And that's where you're already connected. Okay, I have two hands. They perform different tasks, but I feel them simultaneously. This can't feel the card and this can't feel the book, yet I feel them both as one simultaneous experience. The same way that the soul feels you and your divine masculine as one simultaneous experience, even though you're doing different things. You're not separated. I love you guys. I hope that this reading resonated with you. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye.